Hi, my name's Barb Deshotel with CAR Realty. Welcome to my channel. And on this channel, you'll learn all things real estate. You'll learn about the buying and selling process, as well as things to do in and around Calgary and the surrounding areas. Today, we are talking about the new CMHC rule. Let's go. So last week, CMHC announced some new mortgage rules. CMHC stands for Canada and Housing Corporation. They are the Canadian governing body that insure mortgages, and they announced three major changes that affect people who are putting less than 20% down. So the first thing that they've done is the credit score. What does that mean to you? Before you could get a mortgage with a credit score of 600. Now you will need a credit score of 680 as of July the 1st. So if you're currently approved for a mortgage right now with a credit score of 600 and you haven't purchased a home as of July 1st, you will now be under the new qualification rules, meaning that you will need a credit score of 680. Now, if there's two people on title to the property, then only one of the individual need that credit score of 680. So if you qualified for a mortgage with a credit score of 600, as of July 1st, you need 680. So this could take you out of the market for purchasing a new home if you're going through CMHC. And the second rule is the amount of debt that you can have in order to qualify for a mortgage. In the past, your TDS, which stands for your total debt service, and your GDS, which stands for your gross debt service, your TDS in the past could be as high as 44%, and your GDS could be as high as 39%. Now they've lowered it so your TDS is 42% and your GDS is now 35%. Your GDS is calculated with your mortgage plus property tax plus heat plus 50% of condo fees if condo fees applies, divided by your total gross income. Your TDS is calculated at your mortgage plus your home costs and all of your other debts, like your vehicle payments, your insurance, as well as credit cards, student loans. Now, be careful with those vehicle payments, especially if you're thinking about purchasing a home. If you've got a really high car payment, that could really affect your credit and it'll affect your TDS. That might take you out of the market for purchasing a new home. So be careful the cost of your car payment. So what does the change in the GDS and TDS mean to you? If you qualify to purchase a home for $400,000 today, after July 1st, you will only be able to qualify for a home of $360,000. So that's a $40,000 change in your buying power. And the third change is where your down payment comes from. You'll no longer be able to use borrowed money, meaning that you cannot use your line of credit as a down payment. This one really hurts me because that is the way we acquired our rental properties. Now, you are still allowed to use gifted money, meaning that if your mom and dad are gifting you some money for the down payment, you're still able to use that. Now, here are a few things that you need to look into if you're thinking about purchasing a home. You need to know your credit score. Now, we have two companies here in Canada that you can get your credit score from. The first one is Equifax and the next one's TransUnion. Both of these companies are obligated to give you your credit report once a year for free. Now they'll send this to you via snail mail. Now, if you want your credit score from either of these companies, they will charge you a fee for this and they will send you the information online. Your credit score is what the bank uses to see if you are eligible to apply for a mortgage. The credit report lists all of your credit history, your transactions, any late payments, and this impacts your credit score. This is valuable information. It will show you if your cell phone company keeps on reporting your payments as late. If you see something like that, at least you can deal with it as soon as possible, especially if you're thinking about purchasing a new home. Now, there are two other companies that will give you your credit score for free. We've got Credit Karma as well as Borrell. Now, both of these companies will try to offer you credit cards, lines of credit, but be careful. Your objective here is to purchase a home. I will leave a link in the description box down below of the website for all four of these companies. Now, there has been rumors that CMHC was going to increase the minimum down payment from 5% to 10%. At the moment, it's just a rumor. So for now, you're able to purchase a home with a minimum of 5% down. We also have two other companies here in Canada that insure homes. We've got Genworth and Canada Guarantee. And both of those companies announced that they will not be following the new CMHC guidelines. So for them, it's business as usual. This could impact you depending on which bank you're using and which mortgage broker you're using. It's a good time to have a conversation with your mortgage broker, because if you can qualify for $400,000 today and after July 1st, you only qualify for $360,000, that's huge. So you want to make sure you have a good discussion with your bank as well as your mortgage broker if that's what you're using. If you need a referral to a mortgage broker, I work with some fantastic mortgage broker and I will certainly put you in contact with them. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, please feel free to give me a call. 403-667-9869 on my cell phone. I would love to give you a hand. Thanks so much for watching and be kind to each other.